Okay, what if I told you there's an invisible empire out there, one with an economy bigger than most countries, operating completely in the shadows? Well, that's not a movie plot. That's the reality of cybercrime today, and its scale is just truly hard to wrap your head around. So let's break it down.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at the mind-boggling economics of it all. Then we'll see who's actually in the crosshairs. From there, we'll dive deep into the ransomware crisis, unpack the double-edged sword that is AI, and finish up with the single biggest challenge in this whole fight, finding the people to defend us.
So, first things first, let's follow the money. Because to really get a handle on this threat, you have to stop thinking about it as just a bunch of random hacks. You have to think of it as a massive, unified economic force.
Take a look at this number, $10.5 trillion. That is the predicted cost of cybercrime damages just for this year. I mean, a number that big is almost meaningless, right? It's so abstract. We're talking about a huge chunk of the entire global economy just gone.
And here's where it gets really crazy. If Cybercrime Incorporated were an actual country, its economy would be the third largest on the planet. The only countries bigger would be the US and China. Just let that sink in. It's an economic power greater than Japan, Germany, and the UK combined. This is exactly why you hear experts call it the single greatest transfer of economic wealth in all of human history. This isn't just about stolen data anymore. This is an illicit industry that pulls in more profit than the global trade of all major illegal drugs, and it causes more financial damage than every single natural disaster in a year, all put together. So where's all that money coming from? I mean, who are the victims feeding this massive criminal enterprise? Well, the answer probably isn't who you'd think. You know, it's easy to assume hackers are only going after the big fish, the giant corporations you read about in the news. But the data tells a totally different story. Around half of all cyber attacks are aimed squarely at small businesses. We're talking about the local shops, the restaurants on Main Street, the backbone of our communities. And for them, the consequences are absolutely brutal. A huge company might get through a data breach. It's a massive headache, a PR nightmare, but they survive. For a small business, a single attack is often game over. A staggering 60% of them have to shut their doors for good within just 6 months. And this feeling, this anxiety, it's not just for business owners. It's hitting all of us right at home. We've reached a point where 7 out of every 10 people feel it's genuinely harder to keep their online life secure than it is to just lock the front door of their house. Okay, let's zoom in a bit and talk about one of the most vicious weapons in the entire cybercriminal arsenal. There's a reason they call this a pandemic. Let's talk about ransomware. Just look at this growth. It's not just a steady increase, it's absolutely explosive. Back in 2015, we were talking about damages in the hundreds of millions. Today, it's in the tens of billions. And the projection for 2031, $250 billion a year. It's just staggering. And the reason that cost is skyrocketing is the sheer frequency of the attacks. It's getting faster and faster and faster. We're on track for a world where, by 2031, a business, a school, a hospital, someone is getting hit with a ransomware attack every 2 seconds. It's practically nonstop. And let's be really clear here. This is not some abstract IT problem. This is the real world. This is MGM's casinos and hotels grinding to a halt. It's the entire US healthcare payment system getting frozen. It's hospitals in London being forced to cancel surgeries and blood transfusions. This stuff has real life or death consequences. So this brings us to the next great battlefield in this war. And the most powerful weapon, for both the good guys and the bad guys, is exactly the same thing: artificial intelligence. It's become the ultimate shield and the most devastating sword. So on the defensive side, AI is a total game changer. It's helping security teams find and shut down breaches faster than they have in nearly a decade. It's the engine powering tools like Google's that are getting so much better at just proactively blocking threats and can react to new ones almost instantly. But here comes the flip side. Criminals are using that exact same technology as a weapon. We are now seeing AIs that can plan and launch cyber attacks all on their own, no human required. And generative AI has made phishing scams so personal, so convincing, that those attacks have exploded by, get this, over 1,200%. It's no wonder the vast majority of businesses are already reporting they've been hit by an AI-powered attack.
So you've got this escalating digital war, right? We're throwing billions of dollars and incredible new technology at the problem. But what's our biggest bottleneck? What about the actual people we need to fight back?
There's no question the world is mobilizing. You can see it right here in the spending. We're on track to more than double our global investment in cybersecurity in just 5 short years. We're talking over $500 billion a year.
But here's the kicker. You can't just throw money at this and make it go away. All that spending is slamming into a massive global shortage of skilled people. Right now, as we speak, there are 3.5 million critical cybersecurity jobs sitting empty. The demand has gotten so intense that if you're an experienced cybersecurity expert, your unemployment rate is effectively zero. There's nobody sitting on the sidelines. Every expert is already in the game, and we still don't have enough people to fill the ranks.
And that leaves us with this one big final question to think about. As this digital arms race gets faster and more automated with AI, is our biggest vulnerability really some flaw in our software? Or is it the growing, gaping hole on our side of the battlefield, the simple, critical shortage of human defenders on the front lines?